Yes, I have two amazing gentlemen with me on the show today. They are both Manchester United fans, and I'm sure they are ready to hit me alive on the show today. I have Moses Abo. Good afternoon and welcome to Sports Desk.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
I also have Cyprian Akomaye, aka CY. Good afternoon and welcome to Sports Desk.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having us here.
Yes, you guys seem really excited and ready to destroy anybody that comes for you today. Okay, so you've heard the fixtures. Currently, Colombia is losing to Morocco. Whoever wins, in fact, whoever ends that group second, or whoever ends first will take on Jamaica. Although I want Morocco to end first so they can take on a lesser team, but it is not looking easy because what's their name? Colombia is currently topping that group. They are both on 6 points, but goal difference, Colombia has more. But for Nigeria, we will be taking on the England team.
Hi.
Is it no? Okay, so before the show came live, you already wrote us off. You don't even have faith. Like you don't want to believe that there's a bit of just one small hope.
The truth is, I have faith too.
Yeah,
I have faith, but I don't want to be disappointed. That's the point. So
why don't you want to just have faith and leave faith to do its magic?
And I remember we spoke before the tournament even started.
Yeah,
and I told you that it's not as if I don't have faith in these girls, but the truth is, we have been disappointed so many times in the past.
All right.
Okay, so I'm just trying to protect my emotion, my emotional state. I don't want to get disappointed like before. So, but I have hope. I have hope.
What you just say is a case of someone that has gotten their heart broken before.
Yeah, I have. Like,
you don't want to put your heart into it
many times
because you don't want them to break your heart again.
Yeah, many times. So, but the truth is, and then, like you said earlier, I like this super. I'm a Nigerian, okay. Yeah. But then I have this affection for the English team.
Okay.
So I don't even know whoever wins from that match, I will support them.
Me, I'm only supporting England because I have a Chelsea player there.
So
to me, if there's a way that England and Nigeria can win, I don't mind.
Well, for me, I really want the Super Falcons to go further. You understand? Because going into that competition, they already said they want to break that jinx.
Yeah.
Jinx of that quarterfinals. So we all know that if they can succeed in beating England, then the sky is just a starting point for them, because people will start putting, banking on them, believing that they can do anything. And in football, anything can happen. Though looking at the potentials and the way England they are playing right now, they look like a much stronger team, compared to the Super Falcons. But on the flip side, when you take into context, the way the Men's World Cup went last year, that Morocco really surprised everybody. Nobody really expected Morocco to go that far. I feel like, regardless of who we are facing, if we can have that kind of belief as well and play with, one mind, one team, I believe that we can do the unexpected against England as a team, honestly, because we saw it in our last match. Even though nobody really expected Nigeria to draw against Republic of Ireland, and Republic of Ireland, this would be their first time in Women's World Cup, but they really, gave Nigeria a tough time, and Nigeria were really frustrated because we couldn't win the match. People really expect the match to be a walkover for Nigeria, but look at how the match
I think that's
went as well.
So they're unpredictable.
Yeah, they're unpredictable, but I really want them to take the positive from that Northern Ireland match and believe that if Northern Ireland can earn a point against Nigeria, then we should be able to do it. We that have been participating in the Women's World Cup, we should be able to have this stronger belief than Northern Ireland and be able to, do what people least expect against England. I believe we can win the match.
Okay, so, but the thing is that this English team is actually keep USA aside, okay? Keep USA, they are not even playing well.
USA are not good this season. I think there have been so many criticism. I think the girls are more interested I think the girls are more interested in the limelight, the paparazzi, surrounding them as the host, the current holder of the Women's World Cup, and they're not really doing so well.
But I think right now the English team is actually the hottest.
They are the best team
in this tournament. Look at their last 3 tournaments. the last World Cup, they went to the final and
Yeah.
they lost narrowly. That was a very tight game.
Yeah.
They lost narrowly to the US, okay, in the final. Okay, the last Euros, they won it. Okay, and now they have very good players coming, like very solid world-class female players that are coming into the team. Okay, their league is getting stronger and stronger by the day. All right, so and they are producing. They have a pattern of play,
Yeah.
and it's working for them perfectly. Okay, their coach Serena.
And let's not forget they have Lauren James.
Yes, Lauren James. Like,
But as a Nigerian, let's not sell out the fact that we have some players as well.
We have.
Oh, yeah?
You know, we have Asisat Oshoala, we have Desire Paranozi,
Alright.
we have Rashidat
Ajibade.
in
Even
Atletico
Asisat.
Madrid.
We have
players
Alozie,
as
my
well.
favorite.
Tony Paynes.
Yeah, they are doing so well.
Plum
So, and I feel
play.
like we really need to encourage all these players. I know it won't be easy against a country like England that are doing so well right now, who have, you know, will I say, a more complete squad
Yeah,
than
that's
that
what is
of
actually
Nigeria.
complete.
It's very complete.
Well, let's not forget the game between Morocco and Colombia is still ongoing, and it is still 1-0, while the game between South Korea and Germany is still 1-0, and that game is currently 79 minutes.
Wow.
So fingers crossed, if Germany beats Korea, I don't know if that's going to be an addition for Morocco and Colombia, but as the table stands, Colombia are currently topping that group H with 6 points, and Morocco are currently second with 6 points also. So what separates them is just goals.
Wow.
So if Morocco can conjure more goals, they might end up topping that group. Yes, it's a good thing that we are using the Moroccan team as a case study.
Yes.
Because they did so well in the World Cup. But I want to believe that Nigeria can still go all out and beat England, but it's not going to be easy
At all.
It's not going to be easy.
It's not going to be an easy one for them.
It's very possible.
It's very
But it's
possible.
not going to be
It's
easy.
possible. Yes, it's possible because football, anything is possible.
Yeah.
But realistically, the
Man,
English team, they have a
man.
better chance of qualifying
boy.
to the next group of that's to the last
Next
8 of that encounter. But fingers crossed, we wish Nigeria all the best.
Fingers
And I hope
Fingers
they make Nigeria proud. I mean, if anything doesn't motivate them enough, the money should motivate them. Yes, speaking of the money, FIFA Secretary General Fatma Samora has assured the Super Falcons that they will get their 2023 Women's World Cup prize money directly from FIFA and not from the NFF. And this is music to my ears. So I want to hear your... Yes, because so many people have been coming like, sending me messages. They're like, yes, finally, we want to see this, we love this. I want to hear your thoughts. Okay, let me start with you, Cyprian.
It's actually a very, very positive development. Very positive. Like, these girls have been cheated so much. Like, it's actually unimaginable what these girls go through sometimes. There was a tournament that they went on mufti. Like, without tracksuit. They went on mufti on their own. Like, it's bad, really, really bad. These girls have been treated unfairly. Like, it's pathetic. But we are glad that today or now, FIFA's eye is also opening, okay, and they're trying to do something different from what they have been doing before. It's not as if they are not aware. They are aware before. They were aware of all these things, but I think they were just looking for the best way to sort it. And I think this is a very, very, very welcome development.
Yes,
it's good.
It is a welcome development for me too. I want to hear your thoughts, Moses.
Well, to me, it's a welcome development because we all know the way Nigeria football, system is. It's just full of corruption, and I feel like FIFA have really pointed out, they've noticed that they've noticed that NFF, they've not been very faithful. They've not been trustworthy in terms of payments. They've had so many issues, not just the Super Falcons alone, even with the men's team as well. They've failed to live up to expectation, giving people the impression that FIFA are not giving them enough money to do that, whereas they are not doing justice to what is expected of them. But FIFA taking that step now in paying them directly, I feel like that will reduce some kind of irregularities on the side of the NFF. Do you understand? There will be some type of transparency as well. Then the players will be able to get their money as when due, without any stories that touch at all. And that one alone will really inspire and motivate those players to give in their best in playing for Nigeria as well, because at times we all know that money motivates man, and when you are not getting what you worked for, that can be a distraction, and there's no way you can get encouraged you know, by that act. So I feel like if FIFA can do what they've said they are going to do, then it's going to
they are going to do it. They are going to do it. They are going to do it. Yeah.
These players will go for tournaments, and then 6 months later,
yeah,
they have not been paid their bonuses.
Of course,
bad.
It's really bad. Yeah.
There was a time they left them. They were stranded at the airport.
In the airport.
They had to sleep on the floor. They had to sleep on the floor.
I mean, I've had so many footballers.
Really,
they come
really
out
bad.
to talk about, you know, the challenges they face because of, you know, poor management.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but I'm just happy that FIFA has, you know, taken this situation, this particular issue into their hands, and they want to do something about it. I'm really, really happy for the girls. Apart from money being a motivation, I feel like if I follow them a lot, like their, you know, press conference, their trainings and all, I see how passionate, you know, they are about the entire thing. I think football for them is like a lifestyle, not just a game, a lifestyle, something that they derive so much joy doing. And representing Nigeria, for most of them, it is a dream come true. Yeah, and I think Nigeria as a nation should understand that this is people's lives, and don't take it for granted, and don't joke with it. I know Nigeria as a nation has its own pitfalls, but we should try and do better. For FIFA to intervene just shows you the kind of, you know, how bad it has become for Nigeria. And I hope situations like this don't linger, or I hope Nigeria can fix Nigerian problem. Well, anyways,
story for another day.
That will be a story for another day, like you said. Let's talk a bit about Lionel Messi. Yes, he scored 2 goals for Inter Miami yesterday as they defeated Orlando City 3-1. Yes, since joining Inter Miami, he has gone on to score 5 goals and has made 3 assists, and that's good. That's huge.
Crazy.
He was close to scoring a 3rd goal. Real Madrid is winning 5-0. 5-0. Ronaldo does not get a goal.
Do you know
Ronaldo goes into the touchline and starts throwing balls around.
Make that confession.
What kind of attitude is that?
Do you know what?
And let me just conclude with this. I think that is what makes. I think what I just said makes Messi undoubtedly the best player football has ever heard or has ever seen.
Complex.
I want to hear from Cyprian.
See, let's do something. When it comes to a professional athlete, your attitude, your hunger, your desire.
He wants to be biased.
No, I'm not trying to be biased. You are always trying to be biased.
I want to hear what you have to say.
You are being judgmental based on their attitude towards that sport that we call football.
Okay.
If you are being given the penalty and you decide to give it to another person, you give me a penalty, I decide not to give it to another person. That doesn't make you a better person.
I did not say Ronaldo. I said Ronaldo's Real Madrid.
No,
that is what I made mention with.
You said
Ronaldo's Real Madrid. You spoke me we are on live TV. I said Ronaldo's Real Madrid.
That's what
see why was there.
One of the best players in the world because he's selfless.
He's selfless.
Being selfless is good, but at the same time, if you are selfish, make sure that your selfishness yield results.
Well, his selflessness and over time,
Ronaldo's selfishness has really yield so much results.
For him.
So nobody has the right to criticize that part of him.
Okay, what result? Let's be honest.
Because when you look at it, when Ronaldo was in Real Madrid, when Ronaldo was in Real Madrid,
let's be honest. Let's be fair.
When Ronaldo was in Real Madrid, he carried Real Madrid. He broke so many records for Real Madrid, right?
He broke for himself, if I'm being honest.
He broke for himself,
yes,
but he won trophies for Real Madrid.
He did.
Isn't it? Instances where he scored, where some people who don't just like Ronaldo would have expected him to give the penalty to another person. What if he had given the penalty to another player and player missed it? And that penalty cost Real Madrid. Now we don't have the time to be thinking about what if that player scored, because Ronaldo played and he scored.
I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear from CY.
Being productive as a player. Being productive as a player is the most.
Can we hear from CY? He's also in Man United fan. So let's hear from him.
Okay, the truth is that Ronaldo and Messi, these guys, they have 2 different personalities.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Okay. Sometimes there are people that will tell you that as a striker, it's good to be selfish. Okay. But then Ronaldo did it. Okay, and it worked for him.
Yeah.
Now, Messi is a totally different kind of player.
Yeah.
True.
Messi is somebody that we know is very selfless. Messi doesn't mind. Yeah, we have seen there was a time even a PK, he stood on a penalty on a PK, wanted to take a PK. Nobody expected him to pass PK to
Neymar.
Suarez.
Okay, to Suarez.
Mm.
Even the time he gave Zlatan Ibrahimovic,
there are many instances.
Yeah.
Messi is so
Very,
many
very
persons love him
selfless.
for that. Okay, at the same time, so many persons love Ronaldo for being selfish too. Okay, so that thing is just a matter of the angle you are seeing it from.
Exactly.
Okay, so I want to ask you, can I ask an honest question, please? I want to know what makes you a complete player, or even a complete human. I want to know those attributes. If selflessness is not
complete human, please, complete player. I would like to answer.
Okay, let's focus on player.
Complete player. Yeah. Okay, so for now, what I think makes you a complete player is
selflessness.
Number one,
to be honest,
ability to play as a team player,
and that's what Messi has.
Ability to sacrifice for your teammates.
That's selflessness.
Okay.
If you go to answer my question,
Let him finish.
Another thing is your physical attributes.
Yeah.
Can you score with your head, your leg, left leg, right leg, all that? So,
that's all your Messi.
Your numbers as well. Like, forget whether you see, as long as your numbers are speaking for you. Whether you are, if you like, score all your goals.
No, obviously, I mean, like
goals with left leg, you are still,
right leg.
Yeah,
I'm not going to disagree with you on this one. I feel like Ronaldo, whatever he did in his career helped him, because if you understand where Ronaldo is coming from, he had to be. He's someone that dropped out of school.
Yes,
he was so stubborn that he dropped out of school because he needed a better life for his family, and I understand why he's been selfish. But to me,
but why you contradicting yourself?
I'm not contradicting myself. How did I contradict myself?
Do you know why
how did I contradict myself?
Over time, you've always pointed at selflessness. Just out of the blue, you are saying you know where Ronaldo is coming from. No,
you don't understand my point. I'm driving somewhere. Please, I'm driving somewhere. Let me finish. So as I was saying before, he cut me short. Yes, I understand why Ronaldo had to be selfish, and I feel like some players are like that too. Who grew up watching Ronaldo. But for me, I'm still going to say this any day, anytime, and I'm not contradicting myself like Moses said. What makes a complete player is selflessness, and that is what Messi has, and that's why he has won it all. And that is it. Capiche? Let's move on. Yes. So let's talk a bit about the pre-season games. Okay. Yes, Chelsea played a 1-0 draw against Borussia Dortmund, and of course, Christopher Nkunku picked up an injury. We don't know if it is serious yet, but we are hoping that it's nothing serious.
Okay. You are doing well, Chelsea. Well done.
You guys have completely finished Chelsea. You finished Chelsea. You even talked about how bad our jersey was.
Yeah, your jersey is ugly. There are no two ways.
You agree with him,
ugly
Moses?
Jersey.
Well,
does jersey really matter, Moses?
It doesn't matter.
To win you a Champions League.
Jersey doesn't really matter. But you know, when you have just few days to the English Premier League, and the so-called top team is yet to figure out, you know, who is going to be at the crested chest of their jersey. Yeah, it's nothing to write home about now. That just tell you how, you know, how maybe slow or unorganized the club is as well. Because, you know, it's very rare for you to see a top team in Europe, you know, going through this type of situation as well. So although jersey is not like a criteria towards winning trophy, but right now we expect Chelsea to have figured out who is going to be at the front, you know, crested chest of their jersey. So
I think I agree with Moses on this one. I feel like for the fact that Chelsea has not figured this out, it takes me back to when we made Yokohama our official sponsor. And that was when? That was 2016, 2017 or so, thereabout. Yeah, I think for Abramovich, and I'm still going to say this, Abramovich is the best thing that happened to Chelsea. I don't know what the future holds for Todd Boehly, but Abramovich is just a complete, you know, businessman. He handled the business. He understood the assignment. We figured out Yokohama even before the preseason, and it became, you know, Yokohama became our official sponsor. But I'm as surprised as Moses that Chelsea has not figured that out up until this moment. Another thing we've not figured out is Moses Caicedo. I know that the issue is coming from the camp of Brighton. Yeah, they're not willing to sell him because they feel if Arsenal can buy a player like Declan Rice for £106 million, Chelsea should be should also buy. But if you check Declan Rice and Moses Caicedo, they are different players.
But the thing is that it's a complex matter. It's a complex matter because we don't know what is happening behind the scene over there. But then I think Chelsea should be able to cough out 100 million for Caicedo. They have money. But you guys have sold players now. You're making money. You guys have money. Do you know what? Caicedo is worth it. It's actually worth it.
In the transfer market right now,
because of the money.
In the transfer market right now, the question of is it worth it doesn't really count anymore because the market is inflated already.
Yes, no.
Do you understand? Hardly we find like a midfielder an established midfielder in England who will come to your club and you spend not less than 50 million pounds on them.
So do you think Chelsea should be looking outside?
Outside right now.
Yes.
That's if they have alternatives.
If they have alternatives.
But right now, I think the coach's primary target is Caicedo.
Yes. Why Caicedo?
Caicedo is a very unique player.
Caicedo is a unique player. He's a very strong player.
I've watched him for Brighton. I don't really see. I don't know if it's just me.
He's doing so well for Brighton.
He covers a lot of ground.
Do you know what? There are some players who always do some works that you might not really see what they are doing. Do you understand? But they are really doing so much.
Just like N'Golo Kante.
Exactly.
Okay.
Even Busquets.
So are we bringing him in to replace N'Golo Kante though?
Maybe. But I feel
you believe he's worth 100 million pounds?
Of course he's worth it. He's 20 years old.
Chelsea.
Do you know what? He's 20 years old. He has like 10 years.
Yeah.
Do you understand? He has like 10 years more to offer as a player.
Okay.
So you are buying a player who can offer you service for the next 10 years. Who you know that for the next 10 years you won't need to think about buying, you know, a defensive midfielder like Caicedo. Do you understand? You are buying somebody who has prospect, who is so talented
and can still develop more.
I can still develop more.
All right.
Who at the end of the day, like we said, transfer market is unpredictable.
Okay, so
you might decide in the next 2-3 years to sell him.
That means Manchester United owes us roughly 36 million.
For who?
For Mount. I mean, if we are let's talk about this because if Caicedo is 100 million pounds, Mount should be 100 million pounds. Do you know aside the fact that the market is inflated, what determines, you know, the value of a player is if he's being sought after. In the Premier League, most top teams want Caicedo, but it's only Chelsea that prioritize him more at this point in time. And Brighton knows that these guys want hot assets for them. Either he stays in Brighton beyond this season, Brighton will never sell him less than 80 million.
And they'll still make that money next season.
And they'll still make that money next season.
Yes. So they are not even desperate.
So they are not desperate at all. The issue with Chelsea.
Will happen.
The issue is with Chelsea, and that's the same thing RB Leipzig did for Manchester City.
I will beat them during the preseason.
You know? And that's the same thing RB Leipzig did for Manchester City.
Then we add extra 10 million. Extra 10 million.
So we all want to agree that Moses Caicedo is definitely worth 100 million.
He's worth it.
And Chelsea should go for him. I think he's the perfect replacement for N'Golo Kante.
And can even offer you more. Kante is a super unique player.
Will he offer us goals though?
Will he can actually go forward. I've seen him go forward.
But if he can hold that midfield, I think that's all that matters, because to win a game you need to hold
now you have somebody. Caicedo is actually N'Golo Kante's let's say a descendant of N'Golo Kante. He is very selfless. He doesn't mind covering for two people. I
mean, if he's selfless, I think that's all that
he doesn't mind doing two people's job on that pitch. So
well, thank you so much, guys. Our time is fast spent. Yes, talking point for today will remain the FIFA Secretary General reassuring the Super Falcons that their prize money for the Women's World Cup will be paid directly to them, and that's an open development. Thank you so much, guys, for being on the show with me. Thank you, Moses.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
it's a pleasure.
Well, let's do this again, same time, same station tomorrow. I am DRS Timba. Do have a wonderful day. Bye for now.